What's happening, guys? What's up? Welcome back. The topic of this video is whether or not Jorge Masvidal is ducking Gilbert Burns. I'm just going to drop my honest thoughts. Some of you guys may agree, some of you guys may not agree. That's okay. So, is Jorge Masvidal ducking Gilbert Burns? Ben Askren just came out and he made a couple of statements on Masvidal. He flat out believes, yes, he is. Here's the thing with Askren. Askren hates on Masvidal. He's been hating on him for a while. So, I mean, there's a little bit of bias with his opinion, but at the same time, Askren keeps it real. Now, as far as like Jorge, I personally don't think that Jorge fears any man per se. I mean, he's a professional fighter. Gilbert Burns is in his weight class. Why would he fear another man? I mean, he's been in street fights. Actually, that was his thing. That's how he used to make money. He used to do backyard brawls back in the days. They used to call him Ponytail. I remember those days. Those are like the early viral video days. And I remember Jorge scrapping with like freaking heavyweights. You take that and then you take his long, lengthy mixed martial arts career. I mean, he's fought killers. He's fought a who's who if you look at his record. He's fought guys with knockout power, dangerous strikers. He's fought killer grapplers. The thing is with Gilbert Burns is like Gilbert Burns is two things in one. He's a dangerous striker and he is a super competent world-class grappler. But is he somebody that Jorge Masvidal is afraid of? I don't think so. Do I admit it's possibly a bad style matchup for him? Yes. Would it be like a bad business move to fight Gilbert Burns and lose? Yes. Because, you know, his stock's going to further plummet. But if you pay attention, if you're a true fan of the sport and not just a hater, honestly, Masvidal has been losing to the very best guys. I mean, Kamaru Usman twice, Colby Covington. We're talking literally the champ at the time and the guy that's like, you know, one notch down in the division, Covington. But he's still losing, you know. He's been dropping fights. He's not on that tear like he was in 2019. So, yeah, losing to Burns, your casual fan viewer, his stock's going to drop for them. Do I think Jorge's getting better? I mean, he has to be on a decline given his age and all the wars and fights he's been in. So he kind of has to pick his fights carefully. If I were him, I probably would go with like the big, you know, attention money fights at this point in his career. Nate Diaz retired, so that one's off the table. That would have been a good rematch for him, like super winnable. I think, honestly, a tremendous fight for Masvidal is Conor McGregor. I mean, who wouldn't want to see Jorge Masvidal versus Conor McGregor? And no, I don't think at all that McGregor is too small for Jorge. I mean, Conor's been bulking up, especially not now, but even then, they're like comparable size. Masvidal's technically bigger frame-wise, Conor's more muscular. And it's always been that way, but like I said, now Conor's been bulking up, so it's even more of an even match now. I don't see anybody going for a takedown in that fight. I mean, I think that's just going to be an Old West shootout in the middle of the octagon until somebody gets knocked out. Who wouldn't want to see that again? So back to Masvidal and Gilbert Burns, whether or not he's ducking him. Like I said, I don't think he's scared of Gilbert Burns, but I'm pretty sure he's aware that it's not a good fight for him. And if he loses another fight, he's going to go down the totem pole even further. I actually think that's also a winnable fight for Jorge. I think his wrestling is kind of underrated. I think he has pretty solid wrestling. I don't think he's necessarily easy to take down. We saw Usman have issues with him. His jiu-jitsu's pretty damn solid. I mean, he survived damn near a whole fight against Demian Maia on the mat. Didn't get tapped out. Maia had his back as well. That's crazy impressive and not easy. You have to have solid Brazilian jiu-jitsu to survive Demian Maia on your back like that for a length of time. Gilbert Burns could be knocked out. We've seen Gilbert Burns stunned. I mean, we just saw Kamaru Usman drop Gilbert Burns with a stiff jab. That's not a knock on Gilbert Burns' chin either. That dude he's a savage. But he's human. Jorge cracks, man. Jorge's a very dangerous, crafty striker. Gilbert Burns got a lot of power. He likes to stand and bang. I mean, if he stands in trades with Jorge, I'm going to give the advantage in striking to Jorge. That's just me, though. As far as like straight grappling and jiu-jitsu, of course, Gilbert Burns. I think Gilbert Burns has more tools to win. I'm not going to turn this into like a breakdown video. I think I did one like way back. I may do like an updated breakdown because of course our thoughts change and opinions change. But yeah, I think it's a winnable fight for Jorge. I don't think it's ideal. I think he should probably get a money fight at this point in his career. I know he's dealing with the court stuff for Colby Covington. You know, actually his video recently calling out Burns, he touched on that. You know, he said he's been busy with court and whatnot. So, and he didn't agree to whatever months that Gilbert Burns said that that he was asking for the fight or that he ducked him. So at the end of the day, it's like, you know, who do you believe? I mean, somebody's not telling the truth. All I know is I don't think Jorge is scared of Gilbert Burns. You see some people saying that. I think that's crazy. Is he avoiding the fight? Maybe because it's a bad style matchup. He don't really strike me as a type to like duck people, but it's not the best fight for him right now. If he can get that Conor fight, that's a good one. But guys, you let me know, is Jorge ducking Gilbert Burns? If you disagree with me, that's okay. I want to read your thoughts. Do you think Jorge is scared of Gilbert Burns? Do you agree that there's better fights for Jorge, you know, like a Conor fight? I think McGregor will be open to that, actually. Makes sense. They'll make a lot of money. It's a big fight. Drop those thoughts, guys. Appreciate it. If this is your first time at the channel and you enjoy the content, consider hitting that subscribe button. Like and share. Helps the channel grow. Thank you guys so much, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Until then, take care. And if I don't see you guys, if I don't hop on here, happy Thanksgiving.